The Liverpool star has left pre-season training camp after a £40 million transfer offer. Fabinho has been left out of Liverpool's pre-season camp as a £40 million transfer to Saudi Arabian team Al Ittihad approaches. The Reds travel to Germany ahead of a few pre-season friendlies to play against Bundesliga 2 teams Karlsruhe and Fürth, but Fabinho stayed at home. The Brazilian midfielder has not refused to travel, but it appears he was willing to move to Al Ittihad after agreeing to personal terms with the club. Meanwhile, Jordan Henderson, who verbally accepted a £700,000 a week contract with Steven Gerrard's Al Ettifaq team, flew to Germany with the squad, despite ongoing discussions about his future. Liverpool have signed 2 midfielders this summer, Alexis Mac Allister and Dominic Szoboszlai, but will have to sign up again if they lose Henderson or Fabinho, or indeed both players. Jürgen Klopp's side has been linked to a number of defensive midfielders in the past 12 months, and now more efforts to sign one are expected. They are likely to be priced in as a move for Brighton's Moises Caicedo, who is currently in talks with Chelsea about a potential £80 million exchange. But names like Southampton's Romeo Lavia, Fiorentina's Sofiane Amrabat and Manchester City's Calvin Phillips are all realistic targets. Fabinho has been a mainstay in the Liverpool squad since joining from Monaco in 2018. He appeared in 219 games and won 6 major honours, including the Champions League in 2019 and the Premier League in 2020. Should he join Al Ittihad, the 29-year-old will link up with former Real Madrid teammate Karim Benzema and former Chelsea midfielder N'Golo Kanté, who both joined the club this summer. Klopp may have found Fabinho's heir. Liverpool are working on a midfield rebuild this summer after a disappointing campaign last season, and a new update has now surfaced on a potential transfer target. According to the latest information, Liverpool is one of the club's approach to sign Fluminense midfielder Andre Trindade. Reportedly, Fulham also allegedly pushed to sign the player this summer. However, Liverpool, Barcelona, Atletico Madrid, Arsenal, Tottenham Hotspur and West Ham United have contacted Andre's representatives. The Brazilian team is willing to earn a £25 million transfer fee to part ways with their players. The 21-year-old is honing her skills and polishing her career at Fluminense. He made a standout performance on the team, making his debut in 141 club appearances, rising through the ranks of the club's youth setup, making his debut for the Brazilian national team last month. Andre is an energetic midfielder with almost all of his experience in the defensive position just in front of the back four. His dominating performances in the deep-seated role had football talent scout Jocek Kulig hailed the player as a leader. Having played more than 11 matches in Brasileiro Serie A so far, Andre has achieved an impressive 94% pass completion rate. He successfully completed 78% of his dribbles and won 65% of his air and ground duels. He also averaged 87.9 touches, 68.8 accurate passes and 2.4 steals per game, demonstrating his tremendous mid-court presence. Liverpool have already confirmed the departure of James Milner, Naby Keita and Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain this summer, but this week it was reported that both Jordan Henderson and Fabinho may be heading out with offers from the Saudi Pro League. As we reported at the beginning of the video, the Reds are waiting for a £40 million bid from Saudi Arabian club Al Ittihad for their Brazilian base. This could be an attractive prospect for the club hierarchy working on a sell-to-buy recruitment policy while continuing to consider potential new additions ahead of next season. All in all, the signing of Andre could be a great opportunity for Fabinho to bring in a worthy successor. It presents Jürgen Klopp with another young talent who can be turned into a winning and host name at Anfield for the next generation of Liverpool's success. Comparing the Fluminense star's debut over the past 12 months to Fabinho's, the young man outperformed his compatriot in a number of key defensive midfield traits per 90 minutes played, including progressive passes, progressive carriers, successful transfers and interceptions. That said, there's no doubt that Andre could be a revelation at Anfield if he can continue to have a strong Premier League presence, as Liverpool are willing to part ways with Fabinho this summer and if they accept an offer for the midfielder. George Schmatt can make moves for Manu Kone. Liverpool can still make a move for Borussia Mönchengladbach midfielder Manu Kone this summer, Bundesliga reporter Christian Falk has updated. The Reds' midfield looks set for a major overhaul this summer. Alexis Mac Allister and Dominic Szoboszlai are already coming in as exciting signings, and James Milner, Naby Keita and Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain have left after their contracts expire. Meanwhile, doubts about the futures of Jordan Henderson, Fabinho and Thiago have been cast following rumours of their departure from Anfield. So everything could change in the middle of the park before the start of the 2023-2024 Premier League season. Linked to recent transfers to Liverpool was Kone, who earned £37,000 a week before the more aggressively minded Szoboszlai from Leipzig, seen as a strong defensive target. While talks over a move seem to have cooled off lately, a new update has breathed new life into the saga. Falk has claimed that Liverpool's new sporting director, Jürgen Schmadtke, may want to bring in Kone this summer, depending on the severity of his injury on international duty. Jürgen Schmadtke has made it clear that this will not happen between Liverpool and Mickey van der Ven at Liverpool. Jürgen Klopp is saying what he wants in the market and Schmadtke is making plans from it. For example, we were talking about Manu Kone before. He injured his knee in the European U21 Championship, so it will take time as he hasn't passed any medical tests at the moment. So this could be an interesting topic for English clubs like Liverpool. Schmadtke has his eye on him. So these are things Schmadtke is doing in the background right now, he said. Seeing Kone back at the table is an exciting update for Liverpool fans. The 22-year-old player is someone who has been an influential performer for Mönchengladbach lately. The French player, who played 30 Bundesliga games last season, completed 87% of his passes during this time and put up an average of 2.5 tackles per game. A predominantly defensive midfielder, the young player could evolve into a middle-of-the-park role behind Mac Allister and Szoboszlai. He can balance out other more offensive-minded options like Curtis Jones and Harvey Elliott. The departures of Henderson, Fabinho or Thiago are on the agenda and may line up to fill the void. Kone was described by football talent scout Jacek Kulig as fantastic and a one-man army in midfield, after an outstanding performance against eventual Bundesliga champions Bayern Munich last season. He could come in both as a regular outsider and as someone who could grow into a real force at Liverpool as the year goes on. Over time, his versatile game evolves as he matures. What is certain is that for the Reds in the current transfer window, at least one more midfielder is needed in terms of boosting the roster after big problems in the middle of the park last season, but it's starting to feel like two more would be the best result.